Have you ever looked up into the night sky and wondered just how big the universe really is? Our planet is so tiny in comparison to the vastness of space that it makes us feel incredibly small. But what if I told you there's something even tinier than our planet? What if I told you that one day our entire universe could fit into a space smaller than an atom? Welcome to my channel, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, what happens at the end of time? As the universe expands, galaxies and stars are born and die. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens when everything in the universe eventually dies? How much smaller can the universe get before it reaches its final form? So here's what happens at the end of time. Heat death. According to scientists, the ultimate fate of our universe will be heat death. This is a state of maximum entropy where the temperature of the universe will be uniform and no more work can be done anywhere in the universe. All accessible energy will have been used up, every single star in the night sky will go out, leaving nothing but cold, dark space. Planets, moons, stars, black holes, galaxies, and even atoms will disintegrate into a soup of subatomic particles. Nothing will exist except for a uniform distribution of elementary particles that will stretch throughout the entire universe. The only thing that would be left is darkness, but this doesn't mean that the universe will simply shrink and collapse back in on itself. Even though all the stars will go out, the expansion of the universe will continue. Stars will continue to move apart from each other until they are so far away that they can no longer be seen with the naked eye. As the universe expands, the amount of matter and energy in a given volume of space will decrease. Eventually, every star will be so far away that the light from them cannot reach us anymore. We will be left in total darkness. The heat death of the universe has been estimated by scientists to occur in around 10 to the 100. To the 10 to the 37 years. This number may sound somewhat ridiculous, but that is because it is impossible for anyone to accurately predict what will happen at the end of time. It is also worth noting that this is just a prediction made based on the laws of physics as we know them today. There's absolutely no way to say for sure what will happen. Heat death would not be an entirely unpleasant state of affairs, at least for any survivors. If humanity were still around to see it, the most notable aspect of heat death would probably be the transition between night and day would cease to exist. With every star going out one by one, there would be no light pollution or daytime. Instead, there would be a perpetual twilight across the universe. Without the sun, there would be no source of light to cause day and night. The Earth would still spin on its axis, but there would be no reason for it to do so. Temperatures across the planet would gradually equalize to 0 Kelvin, the coldest possible temperature. No more energy would be available to cause weather patterns, which would effectively put an end to all life on Earth. In theory, since there would be no energy available to cause chemical reactions to occur, all organic processes would grind to a halt. Life as we know it would not be possible in such an environment. However, there could be some forms of life that could survive in these conditions. Maybe there are creatures out there that are perfectly adapted to thrive in near absolute zero temperatures. We just haven't discovered them yet. Heat death of the universe and the heat death of the Earth are two separate events. The heat death of the Earth will occur long before the heat death of the universe. According to NASA, the sun will run out of fuel in about 5 billion years, which will spell the end for life on Earth. When the sun runs out of fuel, it will expand to engulf the inner planets, including Earth. The Earth will either be vaporized or its orbit will be completely destroyed, sending it hurtling into the depths of space. However, it's important to remember that even in the face of such an apocalyptic event, life somehow always finds a way. There are many theories about what will happen at the end of time. One theory suggests that the heat death of the universe will be followed by the heat reignition of the universe. This is a hypothetical process in which the universe would go through another Big Bang, restarting the universe and creating a new timeline. Another theory suggests that the heat death of the universe will be followed by the heat collapse of the universe. This is a process in which all of the matter in the universe would collapse on itself, resulting in a singularity similar to the one that existed before the Big Bang. However, according to scientists, this is highly unlikely to occur since there isn't enough mass in the universe to cause such a collapse. No new stars will be born after the heat death of the universe. All of the stars that currently exist will go out, leaving behind only remnants of their former selves. Stars that don't go supernova will simply run out of fuel and fade into black dwarfs. White dwarfs are the remains of low-mass stars like our Sun after they have exhausted. They're nuclear fuel. They're incredibly dense and hot, but they don't emit any light. They're called white dwarfs because they're initially hot, but they will cool down over billions of years and become known as black dwarfs. Other stars will explode one last time in a supernova explosion before fading into neutron stars. These are extremely dense objects that are formed when massive stars go supernova. Neutron stars are very hot and they emit a large amount of radiation. Black holes will continue to do what they've been doing since the beginning of time, consuming everything in sight. However, eventually all of the matter in the universe will be consumed by black holes, causing them to grow even larger. The largest black holes will consume each other until there's only one black hole left in existence. This would be the ultimate fate of the universe. A single gigantic black hole surrounded by a sea of elementary particles drifting in the void of space. Black hole information paradox. One of the biggest mysteries of black holes is, what happens to the information contained in the matter that falls into them? According to classical physics, once something crosses the event horizon of a black hole, it's gone forever and there's no way to retrieve it. However, according to quantum mechanics, information cannot be destroyed. This apparent contradiction is known as the black hole information paradox. Some physicists believe that the information contained in the matter that falls into a black hole is actually stored on the surface of the black hole itself. This means that the information is still available to be retrieved, but it's extremely difficult to do so. This is because the surface of a black hole is extremely volatile and dangerous. Anyone who gets too close risks being pulled in and destroyed by the black hole. This is why black holes are often referred to as the ultimate fate of the universe. Everything that goes into a black hole is lost forever. Even light, which travels at the fastest speed possible, cannot escape the gravitational pull of a black hole. This means that once something crosses the event horizon of a black hole, it's gone. Forever. If you have ever looked up at the night sky and wondered just how big the universe really is, you've probably wondered what lies beyond the stars. The universe is constantly expanding, which means that the galaxies and stars within it are moving away from each other at a rapid pace. In other words, the universe is getting bigger and bigger every day. As the universe expands, the light from distant galaxies is stretched, shifting them further and further towards the red end of the spectrum. This phenomenon is known as redshift, and it allows astronomers to determine how fast galaxies are moving away from us. The further away a galaxy is, the faster it's moving away from us and the faster the universe is expanding. The discovery of redshift was a major breakthrough in astronomy because it provided the first evidence that the universe was expanding. This discovery earned the 1932 Nobel Prize in Physics for Edwin Hubble. However, the expansion of the universe has a dark side. As the universe expands, the light from distant galaxies is stretched so much that it is no longer visible to the human eye. This means that as the universe continues to expand, more and more galaxies will be pushed beyond our observable horizon. Eventually, the night sky will be completely dark and we'll be left in total blackness. This is known as the heat death of the universe. It's not a particularly pleasant thought, but it's also not the end of the story. Some scientists believe that the heat death of the universe will be followed by the heat reignition of the universe. This is a hypothetical process in which the universe will go through another Big Bang, restarting the universe and creating a new timeline. This is obviously pure speculation, but it's an interesting thought experiment. What do you think? Will the universe eventually heat death? Or do you think there's something more, something beyond our understanding? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload. See you next time.